411 Sportsworld Network on YouTube. Make sure you follow us on Mr. 411 on TikTok and Instagram. That's MisterFourOneone. That's Mr. 411. Calculators in the house. What's up?
Hey, greetings and salutations, Mr. 411. Hey, got a lot of good, exciting games this weekend for everybody. Hey, I'm looking forward to it. Hey, as every week goes by, we get more and more information, and we got to try and stay ahead of the book so we can, continue to feed people their friendly wagers.
That's right. And today's episode is going to be clear and concise, people. Calculators, man. There's a big event coming up. And so we're
Yeah.
just making sure we get the information because things are shifting and calculator, he may just be calculator just might be in an area soon where he can help everybody
Yeah.
uh make increase their wages. So, be on the lookout for that. We're gonna cover the week 7 of the college football landscape. Calculator has picked out some matchups. And hey, don't forget we have uh secret information that we're gonna release later on in the episode as
Yeah.
well. So get ready.
Yes, sir. Hey, the Friday night special. You want to start with that, Mister 411? Let's start with that, right? Hey, another week off for the calculator. So yeah, I'm not going to be at the Peach County. They actually gave me this weekend off due to some other obligations I had. But it's like I'll be back in stadium next week, or well after the week after next. But anyway,
Okay,
but to continue the I still got to give people the picks whether I work or not, right, Mister 411? And this one,
absolutely.
hey, this one, when you looked at it, we've been very successful the past three Friday nights. We're on a 3-game winning streak because what I've been doing is I've actually been fading the home team because like I said, I think the books have been overcompensating, giving an overcorrection in home field advantage for Friday night. Listen, I give my own hometown Friday night bump as well, but I think Vegas was going even above that. But this time it almost looks like there's a correction. Now, when you see this North Texas South Florida matchup, you might automatically going to think is, oh, South Florida is going to win this game, right? South Florida got wins against Boise, got wins against Florida. They've blown out their last 2 opponents. But I had before I clicked the button, I said almost made the smelly line because something was kind of fishy with this one, Mr. 411. But it was I was looking, it's like, okay, let's look at that was pre-Labor Day. Life without Genty, Boise State had an agenda. I know it was at Boise. I think it kind of caught them off guard, right? And South Florida gave up that first touchdown and then blew the doors off them. Then Florida came in, and Florida's supposed to be they were a top 10 team, preseason, come in, and what a lot of people say is Lagway, the quarterback, he got injured in spring training, so he didn't have any spring training. He was coming in. This was kind of like his second true game, and I think Florida, our South Florida, was able to capitalize, keep it close, and win it at the end. And then of course South Florida came back to earth when they played Miami and got their doors blown up. So let's go to the other side. So South Florida, kind of a Jekyll and Hyde team, really hard to make of it because their last 2 opponents they blew them out, but it was a inferior competition with South Carolina State and Charleston. But hey, North Texas, I like North Texas because I love a true air raid type of offense. South Florida hadn't seen that yet. They hadn't seen they've seen more conventional, even in their matchups. Boise, Florida, Miami, all those guys are conventional type, pro type defense. They hadn't seen a true air raid. And I think that could give them trouble. And on top of that, North Texas, 51 against Lamar. Hey, I'm not even going to count that, but hey, it was at home. It was their first game. 59 against Washington State, Power 5 school,
Mhm.
a little bit closer to home. And then recently a 36-22 victory over University of South Alabama. North Texas is undefeated. Granted, their competition has not been up to the caliber of South Florida, but again, I'm going to take them on a Friday night standalone game. I'm going to give them the extra hometown Fry Daddy bump. We'll call it the Fry Daddy bump for these purposes. And also, they've had a lot of close games. North Texas, when they're at 2 overtime games, a win against Army, again, Western Michigan. Now, both those were on the road, but again, we don't have to worry about that. They're at home. Listen, it's 1.5. It opened up. Actually, this opened up at South Florida was favored, and then the wise guys and the sharp money kind of pushed it the other way. But I'm as long as it's under that field goal, I feel a little bit comfortable, Mr. 4-1. So I think North Texas takes the Friday night game, and I'm really not too worried about the 1.5. So take your the mean green North Texas to cover on the Friday night special.
All right, there we go. Friday night special. Right off the bat, like normal. And I can't wait for you to get back over there to Peach County, man. I gotta get down there and
Yeah.
do some taste testing.
I always said Mr. 4-1's always welcomed at the concession stand to get a little extra from the Fry Daddy when he's on duty.
Absolutely. All right. Let's keep it rolling, Cal. What we
Yep.
got
Hey,
next?
go right into Saturday. Big noon, folks. Big 12 matchup. Listen, this isn't the Big 12 marquee matchup because it is Oklahoma State, who has struggled this year. They fired their longtime coach, Mike Gundy. But 14.5 against Houston. And folks, this isn't at Houston. Oklahoma State is still at home. And my sources said Oklahoma State fan base will still come out in Groves for this matchup. Hey, Houston has had they're as far as overall ratings a top 10 defense. But when you look a little different or a little bit deeper, they were actually bottom 35 pass rate efficiency, rush rate efficiency, and pass pressure efficiency, all 35. So a lot of end results, their expected rate is lower than what their actual rate is. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take that underlying metric and give me a big underdog. Listen, I'm not getting a 7 point. I'm actually getting the hook with 2 touchdowns. If you can get, I know that, hey, yes, Oklahoma State, calculator. Oklahoma State just lost 41-13 to Arizona without Mike Gundy. Well, yes, I understand that, but they're back at home. I think they're going to get. I think the coach is going to get acclimated, and I think they'll be rejuvenated for this particular game because it is hard for one of those Midwest teams to travel out west with a new coaching staff, new game. It was kind of hard. Now I think they're going to be settled in. Listen, I think what's going to happen is Oklahoma State's not going to score a lot, but I think that backdoor cover is ripe for the taking because Houston does not have the top-rated defense or top-rated offense, in my opinion, to be favored by over 2 touchdowns for another Power 5 school. So give me the Oklahoma State Cowboys, give me a rejuvenated team, and I think this is within a 7 point. This could I think Oklahoma State could actually be live for an outright win. So give me the Oklahoma State Cowboys 14.5 as they try to restart that program.
All right. Very good, man. Hey,
Yeah.
man, that's an interesting matchup too, man. Like I say, Houston. I love the details that you gave there about Houston, because they've been kind of a little pack team. Is that right?
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
and we faded Houston last week because again I knew their defense was good, but not good enough to withhold that Texas Tech State onslaught. And like we said in our program last week, Texas Tech is legit, and we might just talk about Texas Tech later on in this podcast, Mister 411.
All right. There it is. A tease like that. All right. I'm smelling what you're cooking there, calculator.
Oh yes, yes, and you know what's
Yeah.
coming up now.
What is it, calculator?
Oh,
Help me
I,
out.
I think it could be something in the air. We talk about popcorn. We talk about my French fries. We talk about things that have a certain aroma to a pick that caused me to nominate this new pick or this pick in that area.
I know you're playing around, calculator.
Yes, sir. Do you like? He says it so great. Do you know what that
Well,
means? It's smelly line time, folks. We have been killing the smelly lines, and this is another one. Yes, Red River rivalry, Texas State Fair. I always know it's my oldest sister and it's her
And you
husband. It's
know
their
what
they got married
that
during the Red
means?
River rivalry weekend, which even though I'm a college football, I supported my sister. I was at the wedding, but I was able to get home in time to watch that game. But yes, Oklahoma, Texas, Arch Manning, Oklahoma top 5 defense this year. Oklahoma wins again. Yeah, they beat Michigan. They beat Auburn. They beat, those are their 2 signature wins. But, folks, their other wins, Illinois State, Temple, Kent State. Come on, folks. That 2 signature wins. Texas, their losses, yes. I know that Florida loss was brutal, but folks, it was in the swamp. Texas, Lagway, I think he's turned the corner. This is, and I think Florida's defense is actually comparable to Oklahoma. So in Texas, no more pressure. You've lost 2 games. The Arch Manning hype is going to be kind of over with. They are actually going to be the underdog. Wait, hold on. Not quite. Only a 1.5. You would think this would have been 10 points, right, Mr. Florida one? A top 5
One and a half.
team going against a team that just lost to Florida, a team that's a fraud from everything you said. Folks, I don't care. Don't fall for the hype. This a top 6 team and Mateer. Yes, I'm telling you, that is going to be a different team with it. Now, if Mateer was playing, this probably be a stay away because I really think Texas is going to be up to this game because Arch is a lot. We've seen their 2 losses. Both of them were road games. Now, granted, this isn't a true home game, but it's in a true road game. Remember, half is red, half is orange. So I think Arch will be in a more relaxed setting. And guys, all they need to do, I'm getting 1.5 points, but again, I think Texas win this game outright because I just don't think Oklahoma will have the defense, will keep them in the. This will be one of those few rival rivalries that are kind of a low scoring game, filling out process, and I'm calling it now. I think this will be Arch Manning's come out. I think this is where it'll be tied or close, and he gets that winning drive to get back on people's map. So yeah, I think this, of all the games this could be, this comes at the best time for Texas before they actually begin the meat of their SEC schedule. Because Oklahoma is still, in my opinion, without Mateer, an average team in the SEC, in my opinion, just without Mateer. Now with Mateer, they're up a notch because he's a guy that can supply them with offense, as they saw in that Michigan game. But I want to see what Oklahoma can do away from home against another top 10 defense to see if they can get ground out a win, but I don't think they will. I think Texas wins this one outright, Mr. 4-1, and we're getting 1.5. So hey, don't mind getting points if we get it. But hey, I feel comfortable doing money line bet on this one.
Yeah.
And,
All right.
and,
Very
not,
good.
and not have to pay the juice. You know what I'm saying? You could probably get pay 100 to win 100 and not have to pay any juice on it.
Oh, that's sweet right there. And it's an opportunity too because I mean, if you put together the ingredients, I mean, are they talented? Check. You know what I
Yep.
mean?
Yep.
And now neutral site game, check.
Yep.
So a lot of things are kind of leaning in a direction where, and then look, like you said, they're getting beat up a little bit. They lost a couple of games now.
Yep.
They only beat some cupcakes. This will be the opportunity to jump on Texas and
Hey.
win you some cash, man.
All
All
right.
right, what's next?
Oh, hey, gotta go out west. And Mr. 4-1, I did get the dot of approval from this one from our own Dr. Sachs, but we'll talk about him later.
Really?
Yeah, he was liking this one too. Because he sent me a text and I said, you know what? One of your things is the one thing I'm going to be talking about. so UNLV at home against Air Force, folks. Okay, all you gotta know is first of all, UNLV is undefeated. Okay, and UNLV was on the algorithm last week, so the algorithm loves UNLV to begin with.
Yep.
But hey, 31, 41, 30, 38. They haven't scored under 30 points this year. And their Air Force has given up 34, 44, 49, 49 in the last 4 games. Folks, UNLV is going to score, and they're going to score a lot. The only thing you have to worry about is can that Air Force offense, be troublesome enough where UNLV is not used to it? I don't think so, folks, because I think it's going to be UNLV is going to jump them from the start, and they're going to force Air Force to have to put the ball in the air. And I've said it before, and I'll say it again: when Air Force goes to the air, bad things happen to Air Force because that's when they turn it over, and then that's when UNLV can pull away. Hey, I had UNLV as a 2-touchdown favorite. I actually have it 6.5 on the neutral, or 7 points on the neutral field, 10 points at home. So yeah, giving up. And so I'm under the hook. It hadn't hit this. So this is where you like, subscribe, and notify folks because this could go to 7. It could steam all the way up to 10 by kickoff. So try and lock this in at 6.5 while you can, because as is of this publication, I've seen it in 2 separate places at 6.5. So take the UNLV running Rebels at minus 6.5 before it hits.
Yes, sir. Jump on that quick as possible. Hey, man, you said something there about Air Force that I just hope it only applies on the football field. You said when they're in the air,
Yes.
it's in
Yeah.
trouble.
Yeah.
So,
That's right.
yeah, but yeah, Air Force, man. So, UNLV, man, that's been our team, man.
Hey, and I did get the thumbs up from Dr. Sachs in the background when I mentioned this game. And I want to shout out to Dr. Sachs who's reaching out, but I'll give him more props when it comes to the algorithm.
Yeah, when it's time for that. But
Yeah.
yeah, big shout out there. What is going on there, Todd?
Bo with his bacon wrapped shrimp on the grill, listening to CTL with a smile on his face.
Got a little bow.
Yeah.
All right. What's next? So what's next, calculator? What's
Hey,
next?
one of our favorite teams, folks. We love the Iowa Hawkeyes. It's because they play bow constrictor type football. I love it where they just play, and this is the perfect opponent for Iowa to. Yes, it's at Wisconsin. I understand that, but at Wisconsin, what can Wisconsin not do? They can't throw the ball. That is the one weakness from Iowa is their pass defense. They can stop the run. They run the ball. Well, you know what? Wisconsin can stop the run, but you know what Wisconsin has trouble with? Running quarterbacks. Well, that's what Iowa has in Gronkowski. He is a running quarterback. When nothing else is out there, he can put the ball. And we're only giving up 3.5. But you know what was the icing on the cake, Mr. 411? Guess
What's
who
that?
Wisconsin has next week? Big bad Ohio State, the number 1 team in the country. You
Ooh.
don't think they're going to be looking ahead to that one, Mr. 411? I think so. How can you not look ahead with the number 1 team on tap? So I think Iowa might cap Wisconsin with a little look ahead effect, and I think Iowa will get. I think they'll have that field goal lead, and then Wisconsin will go for it on 4th down in their own on their own side of the field at the end of the game, and then not get it. Iowa stops them with their stout defense, and then what does Kurt Ferentz do at the end of games? He always ices it with an ice cold, another killer kick, wins it by 6 points. So I'll get through it. I'm telling you, I'm giving you the game script of how this is going to happen. Iowa's going to have the lead, force Wisconsin to do something they don't like to do, and then Iowa don't care about scoring. They'll run it 3 straight times right up the middle, and then kick the field goal. That's what they do. Hey, and the over unders, I think it's like 39. So I could go under on that as well if you want, because this is going to be a low scoring game. You got 2 running offenses, not scoring a lot, but Iowa will score enough to cover the 3.5 because Wisconsin just will not have enough. 10 points against Michigan, 10 points against Maryland. They haven't scored more than 14 points this year, I don't think they're going to do that against an Iowa defense either. They're not going to have much success. So yeah, hey, this has a feeling of like a 16-10 game, Mr.
Yeah.
411. So give me the Hawkeyes with the 16 points.
All right. I also like that under, man.
Oh yeah.
I'm gonna have to get with some of my guys over there in parts unknown to get that under taken care of
Yes,
too.
sir. Yes, sir.
All
Oh,
right.
next one. Are we going to casino for the next one, Mr. 411? You got to meet me at the casino on the next one, Mr. 411.
Oh yeah, one of my favorite casinos is Atlantic City.
Oh, yeah. So, yes.
That guy must have hit the jackpot calculator.
He must have saw this. He must have saw Texas Tech against Kansas in this line and said, "Oh my gosh, this is a jackpot." Oh, don't worry. I saw the hook, folks, and I'm still not worried because hey, Kansas proved me wrong last week. I had UCF winning that game. I said, their quarterback, Daniels, he'd been, how long has he been a quarterback in it? But he always had trouble on the road. Well, folks, he didn't have trouble. He came down, scored the touchdown to escape a win against Kansas. But 2 weeks on the road, and folks, he's not going to be in Kansas City anymore. He's going to be at Texas Tech, one of the best home teams in college football in Lubbock, Texas. It's a night game, Mr. 411. Texas Tech undefeated, 35, 34, 45. Those are their last offensive numbers, and those are against
Wow.
top 10 defenses. Well, yeah, okay. We'll say Houston's the top 20, but at the time they were top 10. Utah, a top 10 defense. Uh, Texas Tech was at Utah and scored 34 points with their backup quarterback. But hey, their starter's back now. But hey, we got a good starter and we got a good backup. We've already proven that. So it's not one of those, oh, my quarterback gets injured and I lose. No, this is going to be another bloodbath. 14.5 is not enough because there's no way, in my opinion, if Kansas is going to give up 37 against Cincinnati and it's going to give
Wow.
up, 31 or 41 to Missouri, and they got to travel to Texas Tech, that Texas Tech pencil them in for 42 points. Well, you put that 42 points and you put that Texas Tech, a legit top 10 defense, legit. I got the best. Hey, I told that story to my brother-in-law when we were watching Texas Tech last week because I told him, hey, did you listen to my podcast? He said no. He said no. Calculate what? I said I love this Texas Tech team. I said Texas Tech. They don't give up. That a booster came up to the athletic director. He says, you have a blank check. You go and get whatever defenders you want. We want to top. And he did, and he spent money. $15 million sunken in NIL deals for all those. There were 7 transfers of top caliber defenders on Texas. They're good on the line. They're good on the lockback, and they're good in their back 7. They are good across the line, and they're deep on the D line. They took a page out of the SEC book, and they keep their defensive line fresh so that they can pressure that. I just don't see how Kansas is going to be able to keep score, and I think Texas Tech pulls away in the second half, especially behind that rowdy home field advantage in Lubbock, Texas. So take your Red Raiders. They win by 3 touchdowns, Mr. 411.
Not one, not two, but 3 touchdowns.
That's
Yeah,
right. They won't
jackpot,
count
baby.
them. That's right. And that's why I'm so confident. That's why I put that as my jackpot pick.
Yes, sir. All right. I love that one. All right, here we go, man. Let's talk about this matchup right here, calculator.
Bayou Bengals, baby. You might be saying, calculator. You don't want to mess with the Bayou Bengals. Weird things happen in Baton Rouge on a Saturday night, and you know what? It's right. They are right. But things don't happen where it's 9.5 points. Strange, folks. Listen, I know South Carolina struggled with a loss to Vanderbilt and Missouri in back-to-back weeks. I think they got things right in the second half of the game against Kentucky. Scoring 35 points. Hey, Sellers, I think he's back, and I think he's going to provide enough offense to stay within the number. Listen, I think LSU is going to win the game, but Ole Miss showed if you have a scrambling quarterback, you can create chances against this nasty, mean LSU defense. So, yes, South Carolina can score 3 touchdowns, and I think LSU's offense will be better. I think they will fix things. They had the off week to look at, but, South Carolina had an off week too. So, it's both teams coming off of the bye week. But, yes, I think South Carolina, this isn't about South Carolina winning, folks. This is about LSU should not be favored by 9.5 points against another top level SEC team. We show LSU, they struggled against Florida. They only won by 10 points against Florida. They had 5 turnovers, folks, 5 interceptions. I don't think they're going to have 5 interceptions against South Carolina. That's going to give them the point. So I think South Carolina stays within the 9.5. So take South Carolina and the underdogs plus 9.5, even though it's in the Bayou.
All right. And calculator, man, we got another pick here coming up. But what we going to discuss first, though, man?
Well, we're going to about the 3 things. Before we talk about the last pick of the day, we got to talk about the 3 things that Mr. 411 believes in.
Come on, calculator. You know what it is. You know what time it is.
Yeah.
All right. There it is. The 3 things right there. I'll say, oh, well, let me go back into the top corner right there.
Yeah.
First of all, that, the glowing cross above, right? The man upstairs, Mr. 401 believes in the man upstairs. And I always say this, calculator, without the man upstairs, man, none of this would be possible. And all the, chain of reactions and things that happen in our lives wouldn't have occurred without the man upstairs, man. He made everything happen for us, man. So
Yep.
big shout out to the man upstairs. And then, I mean, we're in October, and with every episode, man, it gets deeper and deeper and deeper and deeper to the end of the year.
Yeah.
And that guy in that red suit right there, old Saint Nick, Mr. 411, believes in you, and can't wait to see you in a couple months.
That's right. That's right. Be here before you
But
know it.
then, yeah, before you know it, man. And then guess what? It goes without saying. I'm saying, man, look over there to the screen there. Dr. Sachs. Look at Dr. Sachs, man. His look, man. I love that look, man. That beard and everything. Like,
Yeah, yeah.
he's
And folks, we try to tell you, yes, it was a rocky beginning, but the formula, the model, the algorithm never
yeah,
stops working. All it takes is the cumulative effect and builds up a current number, and you don't want to get left behind when it gets rolling. And this week, Northern Illinois -1.5 against Eastern Michigan. It was one of those things that I always try to take a peek under the table, Mr. 41, but not to get too much. But Mr. 41, he just said the algorithm likes the NIU matchup against what Eastern Michigan can bring to the table. People know Northern Illinois is one of the more stout people in that division. Hey, Northern Illinois, just a year removed from that upset against Notre Dame. So Northern Illinois, and they're only giving up -1.5. Eastern Michigan is not your Eastern Michigan 10 years ago, right? Not the ones that are winless year after year. They've gotten transfers, but in this spot, the algorithm really likes the matchup at NIU, and also with the small number. If I'm not mistaken, I think Dr. Sachs said this is a field goal game, but the model really liked NIU -1.5. So hey, folks, sometimes we say don't look under don't look under the sheets, don't look under the cover, don't pull back the curtain. Just trust the algorithm, folks. Take
there it is.
NIU based on what the model says.
Absolutely. Dr. Sachs and the algorithm. We thank
Yep.
you, Dr. Sachs.
Yeah,
All
yeah.
right.
I'm about to say he liked that UNLV game too, and I appreciate Dr. Sachs. He actually was we were talking about fantasy football, and I said, well, we got our CTL product. He said, don't worry, the model is working as we are talking. I said, thank you, Dr. Sachs. We appreciate it, and the people appreciate it.
Absolutely. All right. And Calculate, we appreciate you for another great week of CTL. I know you have somewhere to be, and we're
Mm,
not going to hold you any longer. But like,
absolutely.
want to thank everybody before we get out of here as well. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for hitting that like, subscribe, notification bell, and share. Because why, Calculator?
Sharing is caring, folks, and I appreciate everybody that tuned in. And let's go out and win some friendly wagers this weekend.
All right. Hey, Bo. It's still for you. Okay. It's
That's
still
right.
for you, Bo. All right, y'all. We out of here till next week.
See ya.